TV Cave. How are you?
Hi, Trey.
Hi,
Hi.
Dre.
Hello. So nice to meet
What's
you
up?
guys. Nothing much. I'm so excited to talk about the Burbs.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's
Hit us.
go. Okay.
Comics.
Yes,
Cool.
Action Comics, Superman. Yeah, comic fan. So, my first question is, when you got the script, what was it about the script that made you go, "Oh man, I got to do this"?
Huh.
Well, I think, first of all, the humor, it's so fun.
Mm.
I thought each and every character had such a clear voice, was so funny. I could not stop reading. Sometimes, as an actor, you get a script and you're like, oh, I'll finish this later. I have to. This
It's
one,
true.
I just could not stop reading this. And after the end of it, I'm like, what now? What next?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I read a lot of scripts, and this one, I thought, man, this, not only that, it was in great shape. It was ready to shoot. Didn't need any rewrites. I was seeing a very finished product. And I got the tone immediately. And it's a very particular tone. And it's what's going to make this show a hit, I think.
I do too. I mean, Julia, your character had us in the first half. I was like, wait a minute. When she approached Samir in the car, I'm like, come on now, Karen. But no, she brought it around. I really enjoy your character. And you have, an iconic TV history, if I may say so. So what
yeah,
specifically
she
do you
does.
think, yeah, what specifically do you feel felt fresh and different, from what you've
Well,
done in the past?
I was playing, let me just say, I was playing a normal person, or so I thought in the first script. But I seem to always play characters who are pretty extreme, one way or the other, or very wealthy and have to dress really well, which is kind of a pain. Long wardrobe fittings. And playing women that were, I don't know, like a lot better looking than me, I guess I'd have to
Oh,
say. And
please.
I'm just always having to be so fancy in
Julia,
these
you are
roles.
gorgeous. Stop
And,
this.
Right,
and I did
exactly.
that just so you would say that, Kapil.
Well, I did.
And it was, it was just always playing somebody who was wealthy and dressed well. And this was an ordinary person with a secret, like everybody else has a secret on the cul-de-sac. But I just loved that I could play someone as ordinary as I really am.
I love that too. Now, Kapil, I have a question for you. Okay, you know what's funny? I saw you post recently that you and Jack showed up in the same outfit, and I thought that was very Naveen.
Yo,
It
It was
was
so
very
funny.
I'm
Naveen.
like, you know what's crazy? I was trying to find a stylist last minute, and I was like, Jack, can I use your stylist? And he's like, sorry, mate. Yeah, booked up. And then I found somebody who killed it clearly because I dressed better than Jack.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want that on record.
It took a minute. I mean, I was looking at them both, and we're sitting there, and then all of a
Be
sudden you
like,
go,
you don't know
"What?
who's who.
Turtlenecks,
Okay?
both of you? Suede jackets, both of you?" It
Really?
was very
Very,
funny.
very Naveen and
See,
Rob.
for real.
Yes. So, Kapil, I have a question for you. How does a show
Yeah.
like The Burbs allow you to perform different than maybe like a straight up comedy? Because this is not just a comedy.
I think this is just life. This show just is like elevated life, I think is the way I put it. Because you get these awesome moments of drama and heart and vulnerability that you don't get on maybe a traditional multi-camera sitcom. Um, but you also get to be funny and you get to be dropped in funny and share in this sort of world that we've all created. So I think that's why this show is particularly great. I just think you just get all of it.
His character is so lovable. It's such
Thank
a
you, Julia.
sad sack.
It is.
I started when I saw your first scene where you were talking to Jack about your divorce, and it's like immediately you see this sad face. It was so funny. He just looked like the world was about to end, and it was hilarious. I started laughing right away. He didn't even have a funny line yet.
That's
Oh,
so
that's
true.
very sweet of you, Julia. Thank you.
It's so true. It's absolutely, oh man. I'm not even that sad, Rob. Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
funny.
That's it, Rob.
Thank you guys so much and have a great day. Jeree with the TV Cave. So nice to meet you, Celeste.
So nice to meet you too. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I love this show. Can I
Oh,
say
I'm
that?
so glad. Yay.
First thing I love about it, I just love like all the like cultural references that happen, like that Kiki with her bonnet and things like that, and like it's just so good.
I that was so important for me to put into the show, and I'm so glad that that resonated with you and you picked up on it.
Yes, I love that Samira gets loved on so much by Rob.
Yes,
So
exactly.
I'm sure that was very
As she
intentional.
should.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So my first question would be, I guess, The Burbs, of course, is a reimagining of a film, a cult classic. So what was like the one rule you had for yourself when reframing it for television?
You know, it was important for me to still honor the DNA of the original movie. It's such a cult classic and there's so many fans of it. And so I wanted to create a whole new story with whole new characters, but still leave the element in there that people could recognize, whether it's a little Easter egg or the town being named Hinkley Hills. But I still wanted to create a fresh new story and take on the original.
Yeah. How did this like come about? How did this like you just wake up one day and was like, I'm gonna do The Burbs?
No, I wish I could take initial credit for it. Brian Grazer at Imagine, who created produced the original movie, and Seth MacFarlane at Fuzzy Door, who was a huge fan of the original movie, came together with the idea to make it into a series. And I was brought on to develop it, and immediately had kind of a clear vision of what I wanted to tell an outsider coming into this neighborhood, and finding her found community as she kind of rediscovers herself as a new mom, as a new wife. And immediately I wanted Kiki. From when I first started, it had to be her, and I wrote to her voice, and kind of created this character for her. So I still can't believe she said yes.
And her and Jack have such great chemistry. So was
Yes.
Jack like your first choice too, or?
You know what made us fall in love with Jack is we did a chemistry read with the two of them, and Jack genuinely made Kiki laugh. And it was just this like lovely moment where they were doing this scene, and he threw in a quip, and she just like started giggling, and we're like, okay, that is correct. And their chemistry, you can see when they banter with each other, when we just let them go and ad lib, it's just so natural and so fun. And I think you really attach the couple because they have this really like warm, loving, and lived in relationship.
That's true. I agree. Was there any when you got on set, did anything change or did any character kind of evolve or develop from when your original script to when you got on set because you saw how things were shifting or changing?
Well, to the Jack and Kiki of it all, one of the things that we switched once we kind of found their chemistry was that it was a new relationship versus one that had been existing for several years, because they're still getting to know each other. They're still kind of keeping each other on their toes. They're still learning each other. So there was that element that we kind of introduced into the story, to have it be a new couple. And so they could still have secrets from each other and get to kind of figure out who exactly are you married to.
Yeah.
But every single one of our actors brought their own flavor to the character. Like, you can have an imagination of what the character is from the page, but to see them embodied by these actors was just brought everything to the next level.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and get a scoop because it's left open-ended for another season. So if there's another season, do you have an idea of where that's going?
I already have plotted the entire second season if we're lucky enough to get one. I am so ready. I
Okay.
like can see it all, have the storyline in my head, and so I'm just hoping that the show does well and that we're lucky enough to have another season and do it all
Oh,
again.
yes, I love that. And I will be waiting for news. So
Oh,
if you can really quickly, can you describe the show in 3 words?
fun is the biggest one. I really wanted to create a fun show. I think it is spooky and just hilarious.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for taking the time and congratulations.